Chapter 9 Adventure Calls. Take a look at Blaze. Then he turned back to Gray. Do you really think a barn owl, a squirrel, and baby birds can better Thorn? We need the Ember stone tag, Gray said. Blaze already trusts you and Scarlet, and it is Blaze who you found the stone. Take knew what it had to. We'll do it, he said. Scarlet, Blaze, and me will go to Fire Island and find the stone. Gray smiled. Then he quickly scratched through some papers on his desk. He pulled out a roll of piece of paper and gave it to Ted. This will show you the way. Ted stuck it beneath his wing. Gray opened a large cabinet filled with weapons. He turned, holding up two sets of armor, one for Ted made of silver, one for Scarlet in bronze. I have these made for you. Ted tried his on. It fit perfectly. How did you know we would need armor? I am very old. Grace smiled. There is not much that I do not know. He handed Ted a golden dagger. It felt lighter than a feather. Wow, Ted said. This blade is sharper than a tiger's beak. This is for you, Scarlet. Gray gave Scarlet a single shot made from the finest wood. She grinned. I'll be able to shoot even faster now. What about Blaze? Ted asked. Her feathers are stronger than any armor, Grace said, and you've seen how fearsome her cry is. Ted and Scarlet nodded. Sleep here tonight. Gray continued. I'll be on the lookout for thorn species, so I won't see you off. Keep your weapons close at all times, and remember, Thorn could attack at any moment. Good luck, Gray flew away into the night. They gripped his dagger. He felt a shiver of excitement as he looked at Scarlet and Blaze. Tomorrow we headed for Fireland, they said. We are no owl or a squirrel has gone before. Chapter 10 Fire Island. The next morning, they loaded their supplies. He picked nuts, berries, and his favorite snack, worms. He also packed a large water pouch. Ready? Ready, Scarlet, wearing her new armor. They grinned. Ready? They woke up asleep. Blaze and set off along the winding path through the valley roots. Ted smiled as he glided through the trees. He was ready for adventure. They traveled for hours, cold breeze at their backs. Suddenly, oh wow! Scarlet cried, hopping up and down. Something beat me. Ted landed and looked at the ground. Why is the soil red and not brown? Blaze stamped her feet. The ground is moving, Scarlet cried. Take a closer look. The ground isn't moving. It covered in pickle ants. Tiny red ants covered the soil. Their eyes were bright orange, just like the tiger bats. Thorn spies, they said. They're climbing all over me, cried Scarlet. The three friends hopped along, trying to escape, but the pickle ants crawled up their legs and biting and stinging. We all have jumped in the waters to wash them off, they shouted as they reached the fast-flowing stream. I can't swim, Scarlet cried. I can't either too, they said, but it's not deep. They led the Scarlet and Blaze into the cool water. They all climbed out as fast as they could. It was, they said, shaking water from his feathers. Scarlet squeezed water out of her tail. Yes, but if the ants found us, that means Dawn knows where we are, they shivered. He didn't like feeling that Dawn was so close by. You're right, we need to hurry. They pulled out Grace's paper. Grace said this will show us the way. Maybe it's a map? I don't understand, Scarlet said, looking over his shoulder. It's blank. Look, I guess it's a small dot appeared on the paper. It grew bigger as he wanted. There were shapes of land and water and names of places he had never heard of. It is a map. Blaze tapped the map with the beak. He hopped toward the path. I think Blaze wants us to go that way, Tex said. The friends followed the path hours, finally they reached the edge of forest and looked out over a wide sea. Far in the distance was in an island. It looked like a mountain rising from the sea. Is that it? Scarlet, peering across dark, choppy water. Ted nodded. Fire Island. Chapter 11. Over the waves. Scarlet looked out across the waves. Fire Island seems not far away, seems very far away. She said, no. How do we got to it? They frowned. It was just hard to fly such a long way. Scarlet Blaze couldn't fly at all. I'm not sure, but we've come so far, he said. There must be a way across the water. Blaze called, peering over a rock at the water's edge. What is it? Ted asked Izzy, and Scarlet hurried over. A large wrinkled turtle smiled up at them. Hello, I'm Thaddeus. The turtle spoke very slowly. Then the Thaddeus saw Blaze. A firehawk. I haven't seen a firehawk for a very long time, he sighed. There used to be a lot of them, but not anymore. Where did they go, Scarlet? I do not know, said Thaddeus. Many years ago, there was a big storm, the biggest I have ever seen. The sky grew so dark that even the fireheart's bright feathers were hidden. There's a great battle between Firehawk and old and powerful vulture. Storm, Tex said. Thaddeus nodded. After the storm, the Firehawks were never seen again. He returned to Blaze until now. Ted pointed to the Fire Island. We need to get over there. Can you help us? Help us? Thaddeus smiled. I'll be happy to help a Firehawk and the friends. The three friends climbed onto the Thaddeus' shell. They held tightly onto one another as Thaddeus sailed over the waves. Chapter 12. Not alone. The sun was setting as they reached the beach. Thanks, Thaddeus, said Ted. Called when you need me, said the old turtle as he shuffled away. What now, Scarlet? Let's explore the island, said Ted. Ted sniffed. A smoky smell filled the air. He wiped a wing across his face. He missed the cool shade of willow roots. Fire Island is really hot and quiet. Where are all the animals? I bet thorns scared them away, Scarlet said. Thorns darkness is spreading, Ted said. The trunks of some nearby palm trees were gray and crumbly. Place prodded Scarlet. Scarlet looked at the trees. The fruit is all rotten. Black bananas and mangoes hung from the branches. I'm glad we packed our own food, said Ted. Let's eat, said Scarlet. I'm starving. Ted opened the snack. He gulped down some worms and handed Scarlet and Blaze some nuts to eat. Where are the berries? Scarlet frowned as he peered inside. They are gone, and it's the map. So it's the map? Maybe it's gone? Blaze peeked, flapping the bright wings. What is it? Ted asked. Scarlet grabbed his slingshot. I go bat. Ted pulled out his dagger. I take a look. He pulled up into the long gray palm leaves. The branches quick. The small spider monkeys stared back at him. They had brown fur and long bushy tails. Their white faces were covered in berry juice. One of them held up the special map the gray had given Ted. Hey, that's ours, Ted shouted. The monkeys giggled. Give it back, Scarlet called up to them. The monkeys leaped another tree, then scurried away from the beach. Ted, Scarlet, and Blaze raced up the rocky mountainside after them, toward the very top of Fire Island.